Good morning. Happy Guru Purnima. Welcome all of you. The topic we are going to discuss right now is to on effort gives joy. So the topic of discussion is on effort gives joy. On that only we have to have a brief discussion in English from mother. Of course, we'll try to go for something from Sri Aurobindo's quotings also. We know joy is an essential part of life. For joy, we are here. Joy, imperfect is the joy not shared by all Sri Aurobindo quotes. So joy we feel ours. Simultaneously, we feel that the joy can be shared. So this, if joy is not shared, though naturally we'll find some disappointments, and it will be selfish motive. It is selfish joy. So joy is the aim and object of your life. You must have joy, whatever you are doing, whatever you are trading, whatever movement you are, wherever you are moving, everything you try to get true joy. So do everything to get joy, but for joy only, don't do anything. So everything, the motive, you have to move, you have to go, you have to get everything. But the thing is that out of everything, whatever effort is there, whatever work you are doing, whatever movement you are moving, so from everything you try to own or get or win joy. That is the thing, essential thing. But here the topic is very interesting. Effort gives joy. Then what is that effort that gives joy? That's what we want to see. Then on Sri Aurobindo quotes on effort. One thing it is very interesting. If effort was the helper, effort is the bar. With the effort, you have proceeded to some extent, to some maybe some distance you have covered with with the effort, but it was the helper initially. Now itself, it is standing as a bar. Was the helper, is the bar. So, Sri Aurobindo quotes, a personal effort is better than tamasic inertia. It will come. God will give. A time will come when my ambitions will be fulfilled. So I have to wait for the position, for that situation, for that time. It is something there lies some tamasic inertia. So better personal effort is required. You have to go do, you have to go, and finally you can find nature will help you. And where really the higher nature stops, then God will do everything. That is the that is the effort. Sri Aurobindo writes, although your ego claims the world for its own use, your ego claims everything is for your own use, but man is a dynamo in the cosmic work. Only it has got its value. It is doing something, trading to some extent. But the thing is that dynamo, very small distance, very small achievement, and the nature does how the things are mostly achieved. Nature does most in him, capital N. So they does most in him. Wherever the nature's effort ends, so there starts God's effort, and God the highest. Again, Sri Aurobindo quotes, no upward effort is made in vain. No upward effort is made in vain. So two efforts are there. One is horizontal, one is vertical. One is down flow. Of course, we are doing, but we are going down. That is a barrier. We are moving. Suppose I am still standing on the seventh step. So naturally, my next ambition will be to move forward towards eighth, ninth, and tenth. Instead of doing all these things, due to my ignorance, unawareness, unconsciousness, I am moving, but from seventh to sixth, five up to zero or negative. So this trading is actually wherever I was there initially. Quote say it is seventh step. It was bright. It was good for me. Now itself I traded, but I traded down. It was a retrogressive step. I got actually retarded my journey. So once then whenever on the seventh step, I have with much difficulty I have gone to the seventh step. With easy, very easily I am descending down to the zero or negative, or even maybe still in a precarious condition. So naturally I will lose interest, even I will leave everything and I will go. Better to be conscious before taking the next step. So it is very interesting, you will see. So long as the lower nature is active, the personal effort of the sadhak remains necessary. It is there, and nobody can transform himself by his own unaided effort. For that only, if the effort is there, and you have to take the added effort from the divine, and from there you have to derive some pleasure. That is what the requirement. And Sri Aurobindo, of course, quotes very brightly, very interestingly. Sri Aurobindo quotes, you must remember the things. That is a bright quoting from Sri Aurobindo from Savitri, we have seen. So, a will to live persists, a joy to be. A will to live, a will to live persists, a joy to be. In spite of death and evil circumstance, it is there. Death, evil circumstance, that atmosphere you can find. We have taken it. It is there because we are staying in a dangerous world. It is a struggling world, clashing world. It is an effective world, affecting world. There itself, we have taken it for granted that jatasya hi dhrubam mrityu. Once we have taken birth, means death is inevitable. So, in spite of death and evil circumstance, a will to live persists. A will to live persists, a joy to be. So, where is that joy? How is that joy? That is what here in the course. There is a joy in all that meets the sense. That meets the sense. Behind everything, there is a joy. A joy in evil and a joy in good, whatever. Contrary, in evil and good, there is a joy. A joy in virtue and a joy in sin. So, indifferent to the threat of karmic law, karmic effect, karmic law, it is in joy. Joy is indifferent. Joy dares to grow upon the forbidden soil. Its sap runs through plant and flowers of pain. It is, it is simply, it can't be resisted. It can't be resisted. It has to go. It has to show the effect, effort. So anyway, the topic we are going to discuss here right now is on effort gives joy. That is a great topic. It is a great day, which is Guru Purnima. So Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Maheshwara, Guru Sakyat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah, and the universal Guru is Sri Aurobindo. Of course, I will try to quote. It is also our Divine Mother. One question was put to the Mother. Bright question, very interesting question on effort that gives joy. For that, I want to put the question before you before proceeding, and how Mother is analyzing and commenting upon that, explaining it. And aim gives a meaning. Aim gives a meaning, a purpose to life, and this purpose implies an effort, and it is an effort that one finds joy. So this was the scenario like we can find. An aim gives meaning. If there is an aim with you, it gives a meaning. A purpose to life. If there is purpose to life, a aim gives a meaning and a purpose to life. And this purpose, whatever you are getting, implies an effort. Naturally, effort is behind all, and it is an effort that one through this effort one finds the joy. So to this explanation, to this query, Mother tries to explain in her own words. That is a bright explanation. It is actually inspiring explanation. We'll see exactly. It is the effort which gives joy. In the very first line, while starting the explanation, Mother tries to explain it is the effort that which gives joy. A human being who does not have to make effort will never find joy. Life is clumsy. You don't know clumsy, that criteria, and that varies from phase to phase, from person to person. It is there because joy is a relative term where somebody really in which consciousness somebody is staying. The thing that you have to a human being who does not know how to make effort, how to make the effort, that also human being not knows. So we'll never find joy if there is no effort. How can he get the joy? It is a life is a riddle. Wherever you are going, you can find some puzzle. You have to solve it. That is what the requirement. You have to solve the problem. You have to solve the puzzle. That is what. But instead of solving the problem, instead of thinking over it, instead of pondering over that problem puzzle, so simply you are keeping your hands back, you are sliding away from the problem, you are running away from the life's issues. So how can you get the joy? You go, you see, this is the problem, you have come here to solve the problem. If it is not within, it is beyond your reach, try to do one thing. At least you try to do something like you try to take the help from somebody else, who really to the best of your understanding, who you feel he can help you. If it is not there in his level, try to take the help of the divine. At least effort should be there. Without taking effort, it is if the you know, if everything is given to you at your as per your expectation, but you have no effort, one time will come you when you will feel that things will come, you will never get some pleasure or joy. So, those who are essentially lazy will never find joy. Very interesting. People who are really lazy, they can't find the joy. That is the lacuna. Lazy, so they can't find the joy. So, effort will give joy. A human being who does not how to make it, how can he get the pleasure? So, lazy will never find the joy. They don't have the strength to be joyful. They don't have the not the strength to be joyful. It is effort which gives joy. They don't know. Some people are lazy, some people who have don't have strength, so they don't know how to get pleasure, how to be joyous, how to get the joy. So effort makes the being virtue at a certain degree of tension, which makes it possible for you to feel the joy. Even out of the negative contrariety, you will find the joy. It is inevitable. You will get it. It is sure. But thing is that effort is necessary. Effort is behind all. Again, mother moves forward. It is only effort. Again, it is only effort. No, in whichever domain it be, does not matter. Wherever you are, you think somebody is a nuclear scientist, he is thinking over all these things. Don't you forget about that. Suppose you are in the process of teaching, you are doing the cooking kids in the kitchen, you doing the cooking work, you are a farmer farming in the field. Try to apply some effort, try to you just try to apply some effort in whatever domain you are. Material effort, moral effort, then intellectual effort. So these three things, mother course. This is material effort, moral effort, and of course, intellectual effort, which creates in the being certain vibrations. If these things are taken like material effort, moral effort, and intellectual effort, so in being you can find some vibration, certain vibration will be there, which will enable you to get connected with the universal vibration. So this is that is universal vibration, certain vibration in you that gets connected with the universal vibration. That is what, and which pulls you out of your inertia. Suppose you are sleeping, or you are bullying that bullock cart is standing there. It is getting connected with the aeroplane. This inertia is gone. It is moving. You feel it is moving, and after 1 hour you can find it has crossed around something around 1000 kilometers. That inertia is lost. Out of inertia, that is what, yeah, out of the inertia, and it is effort which makes you receptive to universal force. That is a great term. It is the effort that makes you receptive to the universal force. That universal force with which you have to get the contact. And the one thing above all, which spontaneously gives joy. If you get united with this force, this universal force, spontaneously you will get the joy. And even to those who don't practice yoga, that is what also. Don't feel that somebody practicing yoga getting united with the universal force and he is capable of getting, even if he is not your mother course, even he is not having that practical aspect, he is not practicing yoga. Of course, it is also happening to him. Who have no spiritual aspiration, that also, and who lead quite ordinary life, that also. It is the exchange of forces with universal forces. That is all what you know. People who don't practice yoga, number one. Second one is actually who have the spiritual aspiration, no spiritual aspiration for them, say they also. Third, leading the ordinary quite non-ordinary life, they exchange the forces with the universal forces. It happens even with the sadhaka and non-sadhaka also, those who are not actually in the line. So they are also getting united. Their force getting connected, united, getting exchange of forces with the universal forces. People don't know this. That idea is not with them. They would not be able to tell you that it is due to this, but it is something else. It is done, so it is. I am graced. I have done something like this. Anyway, so but the thing is that unknowingly they don't know anything. But the thing is that it is done for them. That is a great thing. So what we have to do to go for conclusion, it is very essential to conclude in a bright lines in a glorious way. Thing is that joy is there. So you must make some effort to derive the joy out of it. For joy, don't go there. For pleasure, you don't go there. Whatever you do, whatever you think, wherever you turn, whatever step you are taking, whatever you practice, you try to gain joy out of it. That is what joy is. A hidden joy is at the root of things. A hidden bliss is at the root of things. That's what you have to go to the root and you have to derive the pleasure. That is the requirement. For that, actually, your force must be united with the universal force. Even if you are doing the sadhana, practicing yoga, it does not matter. Even the ordinary people, common people who are not practicing, that also it is there. But here you are conscious, they are unconscious. So joy is everywhere. Joy in virtue, joy in sin, everywhere you can find joy in good, joy in evil. So joy is there. You try to win over the joy. Thank you. Bande Matram.